All right. Moment of truth. Does this actually work or not? We are now in Russia, and I want to know if the YouTube ban works, if the stream works or not. That's something that we are naturally interested in since I just arrived to Russia, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. So far, Head Bill, hi. So is this actually working, guys? Does the streaming still works for me? Edelwolf, hey. It does work. Oh my God. This is such a good news. Obviously, if you guys see me, so yeah. So I think the problem is now is that our Russian subscribers and viewers won't be seeing this. All right, guys, welcome. 2 days to Western, yes, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit what happened. This was the most exhausting thing that I've done in Russia traveling, and I'm gonna explain what actually happened. Welcome everybody, Igor in Russia here. Let's wait for a few more people, I think, and I hope. Estonian border, yes. You saw me over a day ago, and I arrived only now. I arrived like an hour ago to my St. Petersburgian home. And, all right, there, Wolf. Did the Estonian border guards treat you poorly and make everybody wait with drama? Well, I'm gonna explain you. Of course, you guys might know if you don't know. If you don't know, a foreigner traveling to Russia and the Estonia border is something that I've been using the entire year because I had to. Finland closed the borders, and I've experienced all kinds of traveling. I've experienced traveling through the fast-speed train across Finland and St. Petersburg, Allegro. I had traveled to Russia with the overnight train from Helsinki to Moscow back in the day, 2016. Then I have also traveled to Russia by minibuses, by normal buses during the pandemic, for example. That was quite a something. I have traveled during this crisis across the border with Finland. Then I have traveled over Narva, and I have showed you the best and the fastest way to the fastest and cheapest way to travel to Russia. But currently, guys, it's the season, the winter season, Christmas season, and it has been absolutely horrendous. Let me tell you again the situation with the borders before I can tell you how my... Hold up, I'm watching Soviet movies here in Russia. I'm absolutely exhausted because this has been the ultimate trip. I traveled from Helsinki, and the situation with the borders. So okay, Jose, maybe you should put you on hold. So guys, currently the situation with the border is crazy because of the winter season. The border has been, in any case, really slow with the Estonian with the Russians closing the Narva bridge for 2 years, so no cars. Then there was situation with then there's what else? Then Estonians closed the border for the night. Then there was so all of this affected that the border typically before this winter season, before this Christmas season began, the crossing the border was approximately Well, you have to wait in line because Estonians also decided to check everybody's bag personally, each by one by what? How do you say it? One by one. And so the waiting time at the Estonian side of the Narva border was like, I think it was, thank you, my butt. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too. Thank you for your support, my friend. A friendly butt. So, so it was like 3 to 4 up to 8 hours waiting time at the Estonian border. All right. So after this started the winter season and everything changed. There was also another border that I preferred for the past half a year, which is Luhamaa. This is the border where you cross, the only border that you can cross overnight by bus through Estonian side. And it takes you 15 hours overnight to travel, right? All right, so this is the situation. During the winter season, it has been absolute mayhem. Like absolute mayhem. Narva has been totally out of control. The border situation was there. For example, I followed the news there. So first of all, there's like up to 300 people in Narva line at the opening time. So people are waiting hours before the border even opens. It opens at 7 a.m. because of Estonian decision. So there's hundreds of people waiting in line. And it only gets worse. So there's like few weeks back, the waiting time at the border was around 12, 13 or more hours. And very often, the situation is that people actually stood in line in Narva overnight. Now in winter, like 2 days ago, you can actually see the live feed from this Peter Square in St. Petersburg. Peter Square in Narva. That's the place where the border control is. Guys, you guys talk in the chat. I'm gonna do my monologue, and if you do super chats, I'm of course gonna react to that. But otherwise, I'm gonna paint the full picture for you about the border situation. I need to get it out of my system and talk to how the F did I travel 1.5 days, 300 kilometer, little bitsy piece of travel. All right. So it was crazy. And Luhamaa, which usually didn't have crazy lines. Hello, Black Cat, my friend, welcome. I just arrived after 33 hours of traveling time, and my head hurts like hell, but I'm gonna do this, guys. Plus, I'm testing this live streaming. Obviously, it works. So, Yelena, I think, Chipubure, I think this works. Oh, my head hurts, like seriously. And I haven't slept the whole time. I slept for like half an hour. All right, and Luhamaa was absolute mayhem. Not mayhem, but crazy. Like, there's people in line. There's in Koidula, which is the other border as well. There's 3 borders that you can properly cross. And every one of them is overpowered, like totally. And it's overpowered, and the worst case scenario that I've came to experience is that it doesn't bother anybody else except the people and the families that travel this route. All right, I knew all this that I told you right now, so we're gonna go back to my story. I left on because I need to travel from the capital of depression, Helsinki. I need to travel from there to Tallinn because the Finnish border is closed, right? So I traveled to Tallinn over 2 hours by ferry. I left at 4. Well, I left at like at 3 p.m. I left home actually, but let's say 4. Let's put it at 4 p.m. that I left Helsinki. I was in Helsinki, then Tallinn. I walked through the city of Tallinn, and the next time you saw is the previous live stream that I made. the previous live stream that I made from the bus station of Tallinn. And that's where I took the bus and this freaking show began. Okay, just hold up. It's so hard to concentrate because I feel like I've been beaten with some sticks. So we traveled from Tallinn and it leaves at 9 p.m. This is an overnight. The one that used to go 15 hours, right? It was supposed to leave at 9 p.m. in Tallinn and arrive maybe at latest around 12 p.m. to St. Petersburg the next day, all right? So we traveled in 3.5 hours, 12:30 a.m. We were at Luhamaa border control. So what happened is that we actually traveled to the border crossing, but you need to, there's lights, red light, green light, just like Squid Game. So you need to enter once it has green. So we were waiting for this green and there was no cars, no buses in front of us. The border zone was clean and we were waiting to drive to it. In this actual spot, we spent 6 hours. Nothing happening. There might, I guess there's something happening inside, but still, well, a full bus of 50 people, we were waiting for 6 hours. 6:30 a.m. we were invited. This green light was lit and we drove to the border crossing, to the checkpoint. We came out, we were waiting, so we are now ready. We were thinking now it's gonna start. You're wrong. It took us 3 more actual hours to get our first 1 hour. We stood and nothing was happening. There was nobody checking us. First, it's the customs. And after that, they started taking us in one by one, examining, checking out your bags, everything, just like I told you. And that process took all together with this 1 hour waiting time, 3 hours. So 9:30 a.m., only 9 hours after reaching the border crossing in Estonian Luhamaa, we were ready to continue to the Russian side. I need to take a sip, guys. Let me take a sip of Russian beer. It feels really old. All right, guys, play along. So 9 hours, right? And yes, exactly. I chose this. I thought I'm gonna use, and I've been using Luhamaa because at least you're inside the bus, but I did not expect 9 hours only on the first side of the border. Wait, this is less than half of the story. All right, so then we went, there was a lot of like construction working going on. Estonians like to build walls. They're building new walls and stuff. And the middle ground is also being redone. So we drove to the Russian border. It takes you like, slow driving, like, I don't know, 5 kilometers an hour because it's under construction. So we drove like in, let's say, 5 minutes plus. We drove, there's a first checkpoint. At that checkpoint, we were standing maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then we got invited to the border crossing. Same thing as like in Estonians, right? We came and normal procedure, everybody has to grab their stuff, take them with you and go into the waiting hall. This waiting hall is something that I have been used to it for a long time, but now especially I got really, really friendly with it. Guys, if you want to support the travels, please use Super Chat, PayPal, or buy me coffee. Support is appreciated to keep my sanity. So I had a bad feeling before leaving to Russia, that's because I read some horrible stories lately. How long does it actually make? I heard that somebody was 20-something hours on Russian border, etc. Or Estonian plus Russian border, 20-something hours. That's crazy. Yes, this is my recounting of my trip, 33-hour trip that I just came to back home. I left on Sunday, 3 p.m. from Helsinki, and I arrived at 10 p.m. Monday. All right, Russian border. We went in pretty fast. They started checking the passports, right? First, because when entering, first is passports, then it's customs, and when it's leaving, it's customs, then passport. So I was checked pretty fast, but I noticed the same thing they've been doing to everybody, and I read about it, and I had experienced that earlier. Everybody who's not a Russian citizen is going to be discussed. It's a discussion. If I would be a YouTuber like I am, I would use the word what's the word for interrogation, but it's not interrogation. So anyway, everybody was handed certain paper. Half of the bus went through the customs pretty fast, right? And there's like 20 of us foreigners, meaning Estonian, Latvian, or double citizens, dual citizens, or just like me from Finland as well, some people. Somebody from, I think, Denmark maybe, or Holland. So the funny thing is, I was checked in like in half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, but I spent the next 5.5 hours waiting to be talked to. So I was one of the first that came in, and approximately it took 3 to 4 hours to talk to everybody, meaning to make sure it's a security procedure, guys, to make sure that everybody's like, decent people, not some crazies. And I was the very, very last person to get invited out of the whole 20 people. They started actually taking some people from the next bus, which were from Riga, and I was like, what the hell? The situation was very worrisome because the bus driver was getting mad. He said, at 4 p.m. we're gonna leave. And that was like, half an hour before this. And I knew there was like four of us left. And they did not hurry to take us into the discussion. So I actually exceeded the time because I was taken into the discussion like 4:07 or 4:10, 4 p.m., 10 minutes. And I thought the bus left, but as it turned out, they were still there, and I was so happy. So guys, this discussion is very interesting, but not very interesting. Basically, they want to make sure your background. Do you have relatives in Russia? What's your story? And also they want to know if if you have some people fighting in the Ukrainian forces. These type of things that should be causing alarm, possibly. That type of stuff. Yes, smash the likes and subscribe home, become a member. Can you speak Polish? No, I can't. You can ask some questions, and I hope you moderators can check it out. And I do not use VPN right now. For some reason this works, so I don't know. Hello, Sweden. All right, guys. So we left at 9 p.m. and me, as the very, very last person from the bus, left the room at 4 p.m. 27 minutes. Can you imagine? And we left off. After this situation, the bus ride after the Shumilkina, this is Shumilkina border crossing in Russia, we continue. It's a half drive to Pskov, and after Pskov there's like let's say a 4.5 hour drive to St. Petersburg. Hello, Julia Tölli. So, and arriving back to St. Petersburg, my home, place that I'm proud to call home, 10 p.m. Well, 9 p.m. 45. So can you imagine all of this trip from Helsinki took me 33 hours. From Tallinn, it took me 25 hours, if I'm not mistaken. 25-hour ride that takes you at maximum, maybe, I don't know, 6. Oh my God, my back hurts so bad. Sorry. Hold up. Something hurts so bad. My freaking back. I don't know what happened. I might be dying. I'm not even kidding, guys. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not drunk. I'm just exhausted, guys. I'm really exhausted. And something really, maybe because I sat for 33 hours in the bus and stood. Sorry, give me a second. Like some kind of freaking knife was put into me. Oh my God. I guess also my body is like not overreacting, but I'm just exhausted. I'm so exhausted that I decided to do this live stream because I must. But I don't feel like going and streaming too much. I want to say big thank you to the legend Black Cat. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. For you and Olya, maybe grab special meal. Thank you so much. We will, I promise. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, that trip, I ran through pretty fast. But, you know, there was a lot of small situations. For example, when I was in the Estonian border, the bus driver said, well, yesterday we were at this border for 20 hours. Can you imagine? Then he said something that's, well, he estimated that we were going to be we're going to arrive to St. Petersburg. You know, we left on Sunday night, 9 p.m. He said we're going to be there in Tuesday, early morning, night. Can you imagine? I was like, what the freaking hell? And I was like, I shouldn't have left. But then again, I said, but, you know, I feel bad physically, but I'm happy to be in Russia. And I knew I was going to feel great being in Russia. So that was the situation. All right, guys. Yoga stretches the way to get better. Yeah, but I'm so freaking hurt right now from this trip. I'm not doing anything. I'm not able to sit. My brother Eagle, wishing you all the best, my man. Love the new videos. Thank you so much. Sit-ups. I had to take the rest tomorrow. Yeah, I thought so too, but I'm able to be here only a few days. And I lost one full day because of the trip, because originally I was supposed to, remember, I'm going to be at noon if I will. But yeah, it's crazy, guys. Get well, my man, get some rest. Can somebody speak Finnish? You mean Finnish? Igor can. Yes, and I think there was somebody else as well. But Julia doesn't seem to speak Finnish. Or is it the Estonians, Latvians, well, Russian Latvians, Russian Estonians, Finnish people. Back pain, I use Ipren Salva. Is that Russian? Is it buffering? I don't know. YouTube videos for good yoga stretches for digestion. How does it feel about out in the streets during holiday season packed in Moscow? Sunny Miami. I was in Moscow 3 weeks ago. I don't know what I can do. Is it still buffering? Because there's nothing that I can do. I can take off my Wi-Fi. That's the only thing that I can do. I hope it works, but yeah, what I was saying. Yes, so I was in Moscow just 3 weeks ago, and it was becoming festive. And I've showed you in my video. Go check out my Christmas streets, New Year's streets of Saint Peter, Moscow, and Saint Petersburg as well on my channel. Hello, Scott. I have returned to Russia after a 33-hour trip. That was something, guys, you cannot imagine how hard it is. I'm a pretty experienced traveler, right? When you're talking about Russia. So traveling to Russia with all sorts of vehicles, during pandemic when there was no cars, only like one or two official bus lines, mini bus lines were allowed. There's some like having almost like a holes in the car. All sorts of places. I've traveled them all. I have traveled the nicer trains and shittiest locations, overpacked, not locations, shittiest buses, overpacked buses. This one, for example, was absolutely full, because every bus ride right now during this Christmas season is, first of all, it's full, and if you have a ticket, it's going to be overpriced. The tickets are usually to St. Petersburg like 45 euro, 45 bucks. But now the cheapest is like 60. Then most of them are 75, and very often it's 90, depends on the day. So imagine how much money do they make actually paying the Russian salaries also to the drivers, which were really nice. Whoa, membership. Did I miss something? I don't see it though. Maybe it's... Do you like Finland? Well, no comment, guys. No comment. Depending what we talking about. The good question is, guys, go check out I found this the epic. What was the black comedic Bernie Mac? I found this really. I think I don't know. I love Bernie Mac. So I found this YouTube video about where he's sort of running for office, something like that, and public office. And there was like, what do you think about NATO? And Bernie Mac says, or well, I don't know, but I don't speak behind people's backs, but NATO is this blah blah. What is the full name of the organization? I thought you meant NATO Jenkins. NATO Jenkins. I know this guy called NATO Jacobs, and I don't. Well, you gotta know these things if you're running for the public office. Well, you asked me about NATO. I said, do you know NATO Jacobs? Well, I don't know. Do you know or not NATO Jacobs? And the guy says, I don't know this person. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You don't know NATO. You don't know NATO, and then I don't know NATO. That's what's up. I didn't probably act properly, but it was super fast. Go check out my profile. I just re-uploaded it because it was so funny. Julia wants to speak Finnish. Why? All right, Lingua Pish, good night. We're going to continue a little bit. Guys, what you want to know about this epic trip to Russia? Notice I'm laying down on my back right now. I remember that one time you were filming, the guy was drunk and wanted to shoot at you. Yeah, it was Lipetsk, and I still haven't edited those videos. It was a live stream, but I haven't edited that video. And there was a funny thing that, this channel used to be in Finnish, but that was a big mistake because, algorithms, Finnish is such a bad thing for algorithms, especially with the content that, usually doesn't resonate with Finnish. So I don't know why I did it. It was one of the big mistakes. But anyway, so every time to time, some Finnish people I don't know why they want to speak Finnish. I'm like, I don't need to. I have some really nice subscribers who are Finnish, who know, like Russia, are interested in Russia. But then there's the ones who have this, semi-bad or just plain bad attitude. They demand to speak Finnish. I don't know, get a life and speak Finnish, whatever you want. But Julia is not, I'm not talking about Julia right now. All right, guys, so that was pretty hard. That was the hardest trip that I've done, because like I said, I've experienced all sorts of traveling vehicles. And this one here was pretty rough. I actually noticed I was ready to not battle. I was ready to, do this thing. But at one point when I was standing, it was waiting for that, to be discussed. And nothing happened. And it was like 2 extra hours. Now we're talking about like 20 something hours, like 25 hours something, being on the road. And I was like, I started to lose it. I couldn't physically do it anymore. So yeah, plus I haven't slept the entire time. KGB spoke to, it must be scary. No, it's not. Like I said, this is a normal thing. I'm not these fake ass bum YouTubers that I made a story about. So I'm not these bum YouTubers that trying to, cash grab and milk it. KGB, talk to me, First, that's what I said in my video about that sabbatical idiot. That first of all, name dropping FSB is, it means nothing, because FSB at the border is automatic, it's normal. You don't need to underline that FSB came to me. Everything that's at the border vicinity is FSB. So that's security, guys. That's good. And, FSB talks to the people who come in, everybody, women, men. Women get off easy. But for example, I was there for, I was the last one, and somebody in the bus was like, what they want from you. I was like, actually, the problem was that they didn't take me in. So I actually was there for 7 minutes maybe. So I was the fastest one, but I was the last one to go in. And those who were waiting for me and us, the ones who got through right away at the Russian border, the Russian passport ones. So they were waiting there for 4 or 5 hours, guys. Can you imagine? Go stronger. Hello to all joining now. Black Cat, how you been, my friend? Let us know. Jack, everyone will have problems you should not envy. Good night, Lingua Fish. Thanks for joining. I want Igor to take us to a military cathedral in Moscow in warm weather. I want that too. Yeah, it's a legendary place. Plus, I want to see this epic. It's nearby. It's not near, but it's nearby St. Petersburg. This epic wooden church with multiple domes. Have you seen that? I forgot the name. I want to see that too. And of course, I have filmed and I lived for 2 nights at the Finnish, was it 1 night? I think 2 nights. Finnish New Valam Monastery. It's on it's in my story. But yes, Kizhi. Yes, Kizhi. In Karelia. Yes, like I said, nearby. So I really want to do that as well. So guys, use Super Chat, put donation so I can afford travel. And it's not only about buying the tickets. It's, this whole process. This freaking process starts leaving Helsinki towards Russia. It takes a lot of time. I spent one and a half days of vacation time, sitting in a freaking bus. But I'm happy to be here in my home. You know, I just being here, and I feel better. Even you see that I'm actually live on, you know, I'm doing live stream because I'm in Russia. Bogoslovka near Metro Lomonosovska by Marshutka. Let me just take a photo of this image. I will check it out. Erolf, I remember. Anyone else is disconnected from chat? I don't know. There is some issues, I'm sure, because of the, you know, border things. Not border things, because of the, ban. But at least it works. That's what, you know. So I wonder, how does Yelena watch this? What do you use? All right, guys, final questions. Let me know. Oh, sorry. I need to relax. Oh, laptop, all right. I need to find out what VPN is used, because I don't have a proper. Write that VPN name if you want, if it's a good one. Guys, I think I'm gonna. Hey, you can ask me anything. I'm trying to drive my car into Russia. Where should I cross? You need to have, if you go through Estonian border, it's a tricky thing. You need to, weeks or even months beforehand, reserve an entry time. Reserve with the entry time. So it means that if you don't have the entry time, you can go into a live, what you call it, live line. But people been waiting there for even a week, I've heard, and still not able to cross. They gave up. So make sure you have this all paperwork done, and etc. There's of course the issue with the insurance, since Russia is not connected to this system. I'll be a few days in Russia. One was lost. So let's see. I mean, US looking VPN looking in from Belarus. And yes, that's Estonia. Well, I don't know what's Estonia, but my story was about from Estonia. No, Edelwolf, I'm in Russia. I traveled 33 hours from Finland to Russia. That's why the apartment is different, guys. The Russian apartment. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for your super chats. Let me show you the window, because Black Cat is my friend. Yeah, I'm just using mobile YouTube without VPN. But notice, I'm using it through my streaming platform. I'm using this from my streaming platform. There is snow. It's not visible snow. It's like icy snow. We will go, Black Cat. I'm like physically, I'm not able to function right now. It's hard for me to speak. I'm so tired. I haven't slept for 30 plus hours, 37 hours now, 35, 6 hours. And yeah, this is my apartment. Yes, this is my Russian apartment. You've seen it in my videos, guys. Check out the videos on my channel. I'm initially trying to work it out. So you went home and came back to St. Pete. So I left Moscow 3 weeks ago, and I came to St. Petersburg, and I made the video that I'm leaving, and I streamed from the bus. That was my like exit from the previous trip. Then I was in Finland, and that's why I didn't do much live streams, because I tried to do it, but it's really hard. I feel so depressed being in Finland. It's just so boring country, and it doesn't give me anything content-wise or soul-wise. So yeah, Christmas Eve walk. Yeah, we'll do. I've done a lot of like Christmas stuff as well on my channel already. We'll do something for sure. We'll do live streams, guys, if this works. How much you pay? The tickets were overpriced, so the ticket was $75 bucks. Normally it would be 45. So yeah, I missed the bus. Oh, all right, Adolf. Plus, you know, if I'm 3 weeks not live from the St. Petersburg or Russian streets, if I'm not live, if I'm in Russia and I'm not, for some reason, even one day not live filming you guys reality, then probably something happened, like I'm not in Russia or super busy. But week, 2, 3 weeks, I'm not in Russia. I'll cut the stream off, go to bed. We are friends and love you. Thank you so much, Black Cat. I appreciate your support. I will go to bed. I'm just answering some couple questions. What else? How much you pay? Yeah, the 75 bucks. There's also $90 tickets. You can get reindeer pizza in Finland, so it's not all boring. Well, you shouldn't eat reindeer. Come on, guys. Reindeers are beautiful animals. Don't eat it. I'm fighting for animal rights. All right, guys. I see you. This was my short story. I made a video. Right, I was exhausted, but as soon as I came off the bus, after 5 minutes, I recorded a 10 minutes summary what happened. So you're gonna see that. That's like a raw stuff. A raw, real story. My friends, thanks you for watching. You never cross at any other border. There's no other, I have crossed the border from Istanbul, flying. I have crossed the border driving from Riga to Estonia, because even Latvians go through Estonian borders. Estonia and Finnish borders. 2 different Finnish borders. So I do cross them, but this is the only thing that I'm able to do is through Narva or Luhamaa. Istanbul is very expensive. The only reason why I traveled through Istanbul last time was because I was sponsored. There was a certain event and I was invited that I'm going to do a video about it. So that's the reason. I cannot afford it. That's why your support is golden, my friends. And thank you, Black Cat, for your support. And also there was another super chat donator. Well, the name was Butt. All right, guys, I'm really happy to have you here. I must go to sleep. I'm like blacking out. See you soon, my friends. See you tomorrow. I'll do a live stream from somewhere. Just when I got here. But for real, have a good rest of Merry Christmas. Yes, Miro, sorry. Ei pysty nyt oikeesti, nyt on niin vitu väsynyt. Good night. Would it be better to enter Belarus? Okay, guys, let me tell you. It would, it's not necessary. First of all tickets are sold out through Ecolines from Lithuania. So if you want to go there, you must fly to Poland, for example, or something like that. It's going to cost you money. So, yes, you cannot go through there. And from Russia, you cannot enter Belarus. And from Belarus, you cannot enter as a foreigner to Russia. Only Russians and Belarusians can do it. What else? And Kaliningrad, first you have to get to Kaliningrad and then fly to St. Petersburg. It would be faster, yes, but getting there is also tricky. The border has been, during this situation with with Lithuania and Poland, very hard as well. So people actually wait in line for like 9 hours, I read. So it's here and there. All right, my friends. Пока-пока from a beautiful Russia. I hope you are having excited news hearing that. Yes, New Year celebrated at the same time, but Christmas is, because Christmas is a religious celebration. In in the West, it's not necessarily so religious. Plus, so Christmas is only religious celebration. It's not, capitalized like in the West. New Year's Eve, yes, and they're separate. Orthodox New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, which is not as big. Well, it's not big at all. That one is like only for religious people, and it's very different. But 7th of Christmas is important. 7th of January. Now I go. Bye-bye. Australian. I help Australians also to travel to Russia.